So I'm Fred Ward, and this is the Count Time Podcast. And I'm excited to have y'all here today. So I'm going to just tell the listening audience, look, I'm sitting here, I got two amazing, beautiful sisters with me. And I just asked them, like, did y'all vote? And I got some amazing responses that I wanted to, like, engage, no judgment. Mm-hmm. People do what they want to do. But when I asked y'all about voting, and why don't you introduce yourself? Tell your name.
I'm Shayla.
Hey, Shayla.
Hey, Shayla. I'm Lanaya.
Lanaya, those some cold names. Damn. Y'all might get discovered off of this or something bigger than this, you know what I'm saying? All right. So I asked y'all, did y'all vote? What was y'all response?
No.
I didn't vote.
Okay. Cool. But why? Because, I'm like, it's a lot of people that did not vote in the last election. Like 70 million people in America, predominantly young. I'm sure some people from my demographic that's directly impacted, like, the hell with it. But I want to know, like, what do voting, like, what do it mean for y'all? Like, what is it like?
Well, I won't say what it means. I would say what it's put out to be as, it's like, who is the best president for our country. Yeah, it's like, that's what it more so means to me.
Okay. And so you didn't vote. Have you ever voted? Or, like, ain't nothing sparked you to, like, even start the process?
No.
Okay, and how old are you?
22.
You 22, so that means from 18 to 22, you ain't heard nothing that really moved you to be like, you know what? I'm a citizen. I'm going to just, like, cast my vote toward who going to run this country. No. That's heavy.
But it's because, like, they give so many mixed emotions. Like, you got one president that you may like some things that they're saying, and it may be very reasonable. It may help our country. Yeah. But then you got that one thing that throws you completely off, and you're like, well, maybe I'm going to hold off on them. Yeah. Then you got the other president, and it's like, okay, well, he's trying to protect us from what she's doing, or she's trying to protect us from what he's doing, and she has information on him, and he has information on her. So it's like, it's confusing to the people. Okay. So now it's like, I'd rather be neutral and say, let bygones be bygones, and I'm going to just rock and roll with my country.
That's heavy. Like, I ain't even about to put them in my equation. I'm about to just keep it on the ground and do what I can do. Mm-hmm. That's heavy. So what about you? I want to know, what's your perspective on it?
I mean, it's really kind of the same thing because, like, I don't know. I did, like, the canvassing job, like, registering people to vote, and we, like, talked about it and stuff like that. But it's just, like you said, nothing really moved me to vote for anybody. So it was, like, it wasn't really that important to me to want to vote for anybody.
So let me ask you this. That's interesting because, so I do the work, right? Building from how we have to move legislation and legislate because they got their foot on our neck. And we like, the more we can get in alignment with us, the easier we can get this foot off our neck, right? So it's in our self-interest. And it's another thing I want to share with y'all is that it was some research done last year, right? Another sister named Katrina, she did some research on cynical voters, right? And it was more than just cynical voters. Matter of fact, it wasn't even about cynical voters. It was about different demographics. Older people who traditionally, they're going to vote every year because they was around Martin Luther King. And then you got the young folks who like, man, whatever, you faking, you ain't real, So they did, like, different demographics of people. They did us, too. So they did our group, which is all felony impacted. And out of the research, they realized that we one of the most cynical voters there is. Meaning, like, we don't trust them. But they said it was something interesting based on my leadership with my organization that came out. Is that even though Building Freedom Ohio members, like, highly cynical, don't trust the Democrats, don't trust the Republicans, both of them did us harm. Both of them locked us up disproportionately, right? We still vote. And they were saying that was because in our organization and because of my leadership, I don't know if I can take full credit for this, but we created a community where we seen each other fighting for different stuff, right? Like right now, y'all might not know this, but in in women's prison, they can't take a shower like every day when they want to, even if they're on their menstrual. Like, so we got this legislation right now that we trying to pass where women should be able to take a shower every day.
Yeah.
And they talking about like they don't have like all they, female product needs. Like it ain't like in Access where they portion it out like if you use too many, you might not have none. And we like that's insane. But again, legislatively, we got to fight with some folks to make sure that happen, right?
Right.
So we fighting every day. But I'm like, the question right now across America is, what is it that would have 70 million Americans that's eligible to vote not participate?
The influence from one another.
Say that again.
The influence from one another. It's all about what the next person says. When you go on the internet, you read in the news or articles, newspapers, magazines, anything that has to do with voting, and it's from one president versus another, it's always about what the next person says.
Wow.
Journalists, reporters.
The news.
It's all about what the next person says.
Yeah.
That's like if I told you your shirt was green and he told me it was blue, but I know it's green. It's all about what the next person says.
Wow.
And I feel like that's our biggest problem.
Influence.
Yep, it's influence.
And what about if you add in like social media?
Yeah.
Like you can't even look. I can't even look. I look up a pair of shoes. Next thing I know, I got 5 ads for shoes. I'm like, damn, what the hell? They tracking me. You know what I'm saying? Tracking what I want. So like, influence.
Social media, it's like I'm iffy with social media.
Okay.
The internet, the blogs, all of that. Because it's like in one portionized place, it could be so useful, sourceful, meaningful to a lot of things. But when it comes to being opinionated, having a different opinion from somebody else, it sends the world into a complete frenzy.
Wow.
Because once again, it's about what the next person say over one another.
That's deep. That's deep. So again, I gotta date myself, y'all youngsters, y'all young adults. I'm older. We didn't have access like y'all got. Like we didn't have almost phone. You had a phone, that was like you middle class. You got a phone running around this joint, right? We sharing phones, So I'm like, but today it's like everything is so accessible. Like even with like the unfortunate, murders, like we got even here in Cleveland, what's that, Cleveland Remembers page? It be jaying off. I mean, like, that's almost like the daily news, huh?
Yeah, it's something every day.
And I would never know that. Like, they be like, sometimes I look on there, they be like, man, y'all better check on your people. It's happening like right now. I'm like, damn, I ain't going down Kingsman because, so the information, right?
Yeah.
Is so readily accessible. It's like, what do I believe too?
It's like you said earlier. It's so easy for us to do wrong than to do right. That's what all of us young people.
Wow.
But the internet also has influence. It's in the songs. It's everywhere. Everywhere is an influence, especially for our generation.
Okay, this is good. So you said music. All right, so we know the news, the influence, right? Politicians, they back and forth talking about him, talking about her. We don't know what to believe. And we got music too. What's the impact of music? Like with our young folks, or shoot, with anybody.
The rap.
The
lyrics. Specifically, because it's like,
yeah.
it makes it seem like it's okay. Like, this something you supposed to do. This make you hardball. This put the ball in your court, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it make a lot of sense.
Now, when somebody run off of that, doing the right thing is wrong, and doing the wrong thing is right. Killing is wrong. But you see so many deaths. You think somebody is like trigger finger happy. Wow. They want to do it. And I pray for my city because we need a lot of help. Yeah, you can't blame somebody on what they was raised around or what they was influenced by either. It don't just start you going outside. It starts from home too.
Yeah.
You got to have some type of structure. If there is no structure, you going to turn out how you turn out. Follow that mindset.
Wow. What, come on. You was about to say something. What?
I don't know.
Okay, it come and just jump in, right? Because what you think matters a lot. Wow, this is good. I'm thinking like some music, the influence. So okay, we got all this stuff that will either like lead us to like non-action. Mm-hmm. What do you think? And we praying for our city.
Yep.
It's to the point where I'm scared to ask about certain people I ain't seen in a while because I'm scared to be like, man, I found out one of my young guys been murdered 2 years ago. And I ain't know like that. I ask about him and I get that. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm going to quit even asking. If I don't see you, I just wait to see you.
Right.
That's trauma.
Yeah.
For me not to even be able to like ask about somebody because I'm just automatically assuming somebody going to say something crazy. Mm-hmm. That ain't. So we got what's natural and what's normal. And I think that a lot of the negative stuff, a lot of the violence, a lot of the things that we see has become normal.
Yeah.
Like to not even vote, like that would be like maybe normal, right? Because both of y'all, like y'all in the close age range, right? Mm-hmm. And y'all doing stuff in the world and got different talents and trades, and both of y'all like, man, I ain't vote. Like, so that could be like some normal. Now I'm looking like, oh, I needed them 2 votes. Oh, I needed them 2, right? So my self-interest, like, I need to figure out what, if anything, could be said, done, or explained. Well, y'all could be like, you know what? I know these jokers be lying, but, and my choices ain't that great, but I got to pick one of these bastards. Or I got to commit one of these folks to my self-interest. Because young people want certain things. Like, in this city, both of y'all from Cleveland, right?
Yes.
What is some things that y'all don't see in Cleveland that y'all think should be in Cleveland or should have access to? And I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to jump out there, and I'm going to let y'all flow. Y'all was just in a program, right?
Yes.
It was a 6-week program. It's they're giving $600 million to the Browns to build something. What if that program, y'all could get paid for a whole year? What if that program wasn't 6 weeks and then we got to end it, right? We got money in a pot because there's money around. It's money available for y'all to go to that program and have a year-long experience while y'all getting paid to do that. What about that?
Yeah.
Because somebody make a decision on that. It's somebody in power that been elected that probably could make a decision to say, no, this program that Aspire do is so great that we're going to fund them so these kids and these young adults can have a learning experience for more than 6 weeks or 8 weeks. We're going to do it for a year.
And you're right about that because you know what? A lot of young people, and I say young people because I feel like I'm just mature for my age, but I don't disconsider myself being young.
Yeah. Okay.
We all
You're
the same.
old soul.
Yeah, we all the same. Yeah. It's love for everybody,
yeah.
but distance is always kept. Yeah. You gotta always keep yourself safe first.
Yeah, understood.
But I feel like young people, period, feel like, oh, nobody do this for me, nobody does that for me. I gotta go out here and get it one way or another. Yeah. And that's the problem. I feel like we don't have enough wiggle room to wanna do more.
Okay.
So like for example, the 6 weeks is great.
Yeah,
it's a great program. It could keep you safe, out of trouble,
6 weeks.
from being dead or in jail for those 6 weeks. Yeah. But you get used to something, and then it breaks.
It's gone.
It's gone just like that. Then you gotta wait till the next.
Or soon it might take you 4 weeks just to really get into the rhythm of like, man, this might be cool to do.
Because a lot of people have trust issues. They go in there. Yeah. They like, I don't know about.
I don't know these strangers.
Yeah,
might be the ops. Yeah. And then,
I don't know who they associate themselves with. Instead of giving something a chance, so I feel like extending.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with extending, giving more people more opportunity, more youth more opportunity to know that it's something outside of just having a hard knock life.
You hitting it, boy. You should run for something too. Your people ain't gonna vote because they don't know. But anyway, but you know what I'm saying? All right. So watch this. Oh no, we got something right here. So watch this. Heavy point. Mm-hmm. And I agree. I totally agree. So, from the organizer perspective, we realize that people in power only care about two things. Whether you got enough power to keep me in power, or whether you got enough power to take my power from me, right? Now the game begins. Because it's people in power, in them political positions that get voted on, right? That with one stroke of the pen, could create the accessibility that you talking about. Young folks need to have options.
Yeah. They don't have enough options. So they do what they do every day.
Right.
You go in school. You can't even get a break in school no more.
Yeah.
It's that bad that it's reaching schools. And for every like young male adult, sometimes the women be the problem.
Yeah.
Because they want to do this and that. But I also feel like our young males feel like they not heard, they not understood. So putting up a barrier is they go to. Like they gon' play hardball. Yeah. How can we blame them though when we not giving them no options? We not sorting them out.
We might crack the code on this one. This show we might crack the code. Do you know that the city of Cleveland have a budget around $1.8 billion every year to spend? The Cuyahoga County has about $1.8 billion a year to spend on programs and different stuff, right? And a little dribble of that money probably went to Aspire. Whatever. This public now, we can look it up. But do you know how much money the governor of Ohio spend every 2 years across Ohio? Just take a guess.
Like $3 billion?
$3 billion. Fair assessment. What you think?
I'd say a few hundred million.
A few hundred million. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you? Mm-hmm. Like $95 billion.
$95 billion. That's a lot.
That's a lot of money. $95 billion every 2 years. Across the 88 counties. There's 88 counties in Ohio. Mm-hmm. Some bigger than the biggest city in Ohio is Columbus. And Cleveland is maybe second. We keep losing population, but Cincinnati, Cleveland, then Akron, Canton, Lorain, right? And then you got little bitty towns and all that. $95 billion. That he got to decide where it go. And they earmark that money for different things. So if it was a voting block of youth, like you, that said, you know what, no longer will we not be heard, no longer will we not participate. Y'all ain't just going to keep getting this money and not know where we want some of this money to go. Mm-hmm. And if we find that you ain't listening to us, then we going to mob out, you understand, and vote against you and get you out, which go back to the first point. Right. People in power only want to know whether or not you got enough power to keep them in office or enough power to get them out. The governor who controlled $95 billion, and I think it's done went up more than that, he won his election. You know how many votes? How many? It's 11.7 million people in Ohio. Mm-hmm. We got about 8 million people registered. We got about 8 million people in Ohio that's capable of voting. Mm-hmm. He won his election by 165,000 votes.
I guess we wasn't included in that.
Y'all wasn't included in that. No. He won his vote. He won the ability to control $95 billion by 165,000 votes. You know how many people directly impacted in Ohio? It's 1.2 million people with felony convictions in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And if you add misdemeanors, it's another million. So we got 2 million people in Ohio out of that 11 that's been directly impacted. And many of them don't even have a voice at the table.
And then you add them on with lower class, middle class, and upper class.
You add them on to their family and their friends. That's the movement we doing now. We like, okay, you directly impacted, but you got family members that's directly impacted too. Mm-hmm. We do a test in our organization and we say, okay, because a lot of people thought, I got a felony conviction, 30 years old. Mm-hmm. They like, well, you know, I ain't never had no felony. I say, but you directly impacted. You know how many times mama, sister, auntie done had to answer that phone been went sky high because nephew and son in the joint? Mm-hmm. Or grandma got to take care of them 2 kids and my son kid because they locked up and I got to take care, and we got to all come together and that's pulling from us. Mm-hmm. Or you got to go visit them. Or you got to ante up and get the food box. Or, you understand, they can't get a real good job, so now you're going to have to, they might be staying with you or you trying to look out for them. They need to borrow your car, all this.
Yeah, and it's like that because you have some men that's wrongly convicted.
Oh, we can talk about that too.
And still have to come out and deal with felonies, hard background, can't get a job, and they've been wrongly convicted.
I know some. I did my crime. But I got a buddy of mine that was in there. I did 10 years. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, he did 22. Mm-hmm. And paperwork came out where it was clear that he was innocent. They withheld evidence, all types of stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, I can't even imagine being locked up 20-something years. And I didn't do it. And then they come home and give me $1 million. Mm-hmm. Lawyer take $300,000. And they say, go on with yourself. And I done been away from my mama 20 years. If I had kids, no, they grown with kids by the time I get back. Ain't no money for that.
Because another thing that's wrong with the power that's withheld within people is because they don't value time that they're not losing. When you're not the one that's losing time, it does not matter about the next person.
You about to be an organizer in a minute. Because watch this. You know what you're talking about? It's a thing called qualified immunity. Now, this is a law. Mm-hmm. But you know what that law means? It means that if a police officer or a public official, judge, prosecutor, if they hide evidence and get busted, but it's 20, 15 years later, they got qualified immunity, meaning that you can't prosecute them. So you knew I was innocent. You heard the lady said, you done took her statement out so the court can't hear it and the jury can't hear it. Let me get locked up illegally. I do 20, 30 years. And then they find out that prosecutor so-and-so knew that the lady said he didn't do it. Mm-hmm. It was somebody else and hid it. But qualified immunity say, even though we found out that you dirty, rotten scoundrel, let this person go to prison and wasn't supposed to, we can't go after you. You got some hell of opinions. Yeah. I think you spot on.
And my opinions, they're not just like selfish.
Hell no.
I'm selfless with it because I care about the next human being.
And your opinions, I think if you was to just throw it out there and be like, man, do y'all feel this is right? I think it's thousands and thousands of people. Mm-hmm. I'm older, but I ain't heard you say nothing that I don't agree with. Mm-hmm. But watch this. But you don't vote. And you got some ideas, beliefs that's so powerful that, man, I'll back you myself. I'll be like, man, you heard what she said. You heard what she said. Let's get it in, right?
And then they like, well, did you vote? And I'm like,
politician, you are scared them to death. If they see you set up and you got some more sisters behind you, and y'all like, you know what, hold up, man. No, we need more money for programs. We need more after school stuff. Yeah. Man, we need more job accessibility. This needs to be longer. They'd be like, But they're gonna be like, who is that? She ain't by herself. Who she's speaking for more than herself. But when they find out that y'all don't vote, I'm gonna show y'all a clip. I had about 15 young brothers come in here, right? And they like, man, we want to change our life, man. We want to change the narrative. We want to volunteer in the neighborhood. We want to do all this stuff. We want to do this. I said, man, wow. I said, whoa. I was like, shit, I got to stand up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because to find young men, 20, all of them was like 22, 19, 20, 22. Boom. I said, man, this power. And then I asked them that question. I said, man, how many of y'all here registered to vote? Out of 15 of them, you know how many raised their hand and said they was registered?
None of them.
One.
Really? I was going to say one.
One, right? But watch this. I said, it's cool, because this is a safe space, right? And the response they gave, said, man, ain't nobody gave us the game. He said, man, ain't nobody really talked to us like you talking and letting us really see how this play out. I say, man, bet. So we started taking them through the experience. I took them down to City Hall. Y'all ever been to a City Hall meeting? Man, y'all got to go. Watch this. I ain't. Watch this. I took them down to a city council meeting. It's a big, beautiful place down there. And they sitting in there. They do the Robert's Rule of Order thing, right? You know, no, all in, aye, all the nays. You know, I'm like, okay, all right, boom. But empty as hell. It's about 400 seats in there empty. It might be 30, 40 people in there, right? But this is where they decide where that money go. They in there, yeah, we approve this, we pass this. Oh, yeah, $2 million going to so-and-so and so-and-so, boom, over in Westlake. And, yeah, I think, how many agree? The yays have it. We're going to send another $150,000 over there. They just cutting that money up. And ain't nobody in the room. So I had the youngsters in there, and, you know, because they know I do this work. I'm 10 toes down. So they like, oh, okay, we want to acknowledge Fred, you know, Fred Ward, he in the building. All right, Fred, he from, you know, and they like, so the youngsters like, man, oh, man, shoot, them jokers, they ain't acknowledge us, you know, and they talking about Ward 9, we ain't even from this ward. I say, because they don't know you. But when they, guess what? Every person that run for mayor, they come down here on 105, and they come talk to us. Because they don't know how many people we got that's going to roll with us that's registered to vote. Young, old, white, black, indifferent, right? Latinos, they don't know. They like, this dude Fred, he be talking, man. So because we don't know just how many voting power he got and they got, we got to come sit down. And they come sit down, you know, if I become mayor, you know what I'm saying, I definitely want to make sure accessibility is there and it's an open door policy and, you know, we want to get in front of crime. We want to make sure housing is affordable. And, you know, the same old boom, that'll make you be like, here we go again. I ain't studying this. What y'all doing tomorrow? Because I ain't even, you know what I'm saying, they ain't going to run no drag on me. But
because I feel like, also, don't nobody give nobody a chance.
Yeah.
Political, whatever.
Take it.
But they just see like what's gonna benefit them.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they see. It's like what's gonna benefit them.
Right.
Everything has to be beneficial in order for somebody to have that person on their side.
That's the game. So watch this. What is it that young folks can do to when a politician and a public official, somebody in power that get access to money and decisions that can change your life and your situation, when they see you, right, they got to see you in a way where, man, she can change my situation. Now, this lady, Shayla, she's sitting there, she organized, she got all these folks, these young boys and women, they coming out the woodwork listening to her. It's going to make that person, that politician, in his mind, think this, especially if y'all say we registered. I need to make sure that they got some of the things they need. Because I can't afford for them to be against me. The mayor won by 25,000 votes. Man, I guarantee you it's 25,000 youngsters by themselves. Forget the old heads like me. That's another 50,000 sitting around here drinking, smoking, ain't voting either. You know what I mean? They gonna think about it. People in power want to stay in power. And they only care about who can keep them in power or who can get them out of power. But if you don't vote, they'll hear you and be like, man, she on to something. Man, what she said, yeah, it's true. And yeah, we could do it. But because she don't vote, she can't mess with us. I could just cater to these folks over in Tremont. Or I can cater to them folks over in Westlake. You understand? Because, they vote kind of high. The hood ain't really voting. So if I take care of Westlake, Tremont, and a couple other neighborhoods that vote kind of high, I can stay in my position. The hell with Glenville and Wade Park and Harvard and Miles and Kinsman and Buckeye. They ain't voting. So even if I don't take care of them, even if I don't put money into their schools and fix their streets and do these things, I'm still going to be in power.
Yep, and then that's when the people lose hope.
Well, what's the alternative? Because remember, my people, we cynical as hell. The only difference between us is that we don't trust them. We believe they full of that they probably be lying. But what we say is that we going to have enough voting power that when we come sit with you, we going to tell you we want to see this happen. We want some of this money to go here and some to go there. And if they say they're going to do it, whoever say we're going to do it, and then we watch them, no, they don't really want to do it. But we coming with power. Power talk to power. I forgot to say that. Power don't talk to powerless people. Power talk to power. Powerless people don't get heard. I'm giving you the game. And right now, you got a bunch of young folks and other folks that got the potential to have power but don't have it. Because they done been so, what you said, what was that word? You said they don't believe. You said, what was that word? You just said it.
They lose hope.
They lose hope. They lose hope and they get out the game. But the game don't stop playing.
Right.
So if you get out the game and the game's still playing, you just going to keep losing more and more.
Or they play the game in a different way.
Or play the game in a different way.
They're going to get it how they get it and take it where they want to take it out.
But in the public arena, where the game is played, where politics and business run the game, you got to play it. Now, you can play it with the underworld. Most people say, I ain't going to play above. I'm going to play in the underworld. But you know the underworld, man, dude just caught 40. Man, dude, I heard dude just got knocked down, woo, this and that, blah, blah, blah. The underworld, business, and politics is like a gun and bullets. If you want to do business and don't have a political will, then it'll interfere. Look at the game. It's right there. The Browns, they boom, 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 big contributors. You know what I'm saying? Ohio, right? Representatives and all, they just voted they went over the county and said, we're going to give y'all $600 million because it's good for business. We're going to give you $600 million, but they also defunded, you understand, schools. They took money from schools. They took money from daycare providers. And in the same breath, they say, man, we're going to take from daycare providers. Daycare providers probably ain't organized. Not as much as they need to be. They took care of schools. Schools might not be, parents might not be voting and all that. They said, well, we're going to get $600 million for them to build that stadium because it's good for business. But we're going to take money from the kids that are the future of the entire planet. And then it comes that choice, right? Yeah. I think that both of y'all are exceedingly powerful, exceedingly bright. I think y'all see the world as the world is. I guess the biggest thing, and I ain't call you on this show to influence you to be like, I'm about to register for it now. But I did, my curiosity wanted to share some things with you to think about. Because the game is in the public arena. Yeah. And y'all got the right opinions, the right thoughts about things. But if you don't
voice them.
Voice them. With voice them with, you understand, the muscle to say, like, we might take what you care about. Which means, like, I know you might want to be the mayor, you might want to be the county exec, or you might want to be the governor, but if we ain't happy, we going to make sure you ain't happy.
You're right.
Is that how the game go? With power say, if we ain't happy, then you ain't going to be happy. You vote your values. That's what I'm saying. I ain't going to hold y'all up. I know it's been amazing. I ain't tell y'all I was going to pull y'all on here. But watch here, y'all amazing sisters in this room. I would be, I could not have a conversation with y'all. But I'm honored. I'm honored that y'all here. And, maybe I might think a little different moving forward. I don't know. But I'm open for more conversation.
Me too.
Because I'm not about transactional relationship. I'm about transformative.
Yeah.
But I realize one thing, that power is needed in the world.
Yeah.
I done been in a powerless position before. I never, ever want to be in a position of powerlessness again. Because that's when they do what they want to do to you.
Yeah.
So Fred Ward checking out this Count Time episode. Two amazing sisters. Y'all should appreciate the fact that they shared these real ideas with y'all. So we're going to get back at you.
This generation.